this engineer, take a throttle in hand, take this man load across the land. Empire Billy is coming back, here's the train rolling down the track, bye-bye. Woo-hoo, bye-bye. When you see me leaving, mama, don't you cry. Coming in from Chicago town, Lord, you know it's Seattle bound. Clickety-clack, roll across the land, pick up riding this traveling man, bye-bye.
All aboard!
Hi, I'm Howard Goodwin, and welcome to All Aboard. The American Northwest was opened for development by the Great Northern Railroad in 1893. The Great Northern's premier passenger train was known as the Empire Builder, and this tradition is continued by Amtrak today. The train travels the 2,200 miles from Chicago, Illinois, to Seattle, Washington, through the most spectacular scenery in the Northwestern United States. We'll enjoy all phases of this adventure, from interviews with the crew to historical notes and the always impressive vistas. The train travels through both the rugged and snow-capped Rocky and Cascade Mountains on its way to the Pacific coast. Our train awaits. All aboard.
Hi, I'm John Yeager. You know, there's something about trains that just gets to me. I always want to know where they're headed and where they've been. There's something about the fascination of railroads and trains in this country that's kind of hard to understand. I mean, they're just big machines, right? Well, if that were true, this would be an awfully short program, and this country wouldn't be the same. A lot of the romance of America would be gone. Because when you talk about trains, you're talking about the story of America and how it found its way across the prairies and through the mountains. Now, every story, like every train, has its beginning, and this one starts in Chicago, Illinois. The Windy City on the shores of Lake Michigan got its name from the stinking wild onion that once grew here in abundance. A sturdy plant, they say, that grew like a weed, like the town itself. Mildred Askew can tell you all about roots here at the Christ Temple Church on the city's predominantly black South Side.
For so long, black people have been robbed of the sense of knowing who they are and where they come from.
But not here. Most of this congregation's heritage is rooted deep in Tennessee. Mildred works for Amtrak as the chief of onboard services on the Empire Builder. Her roots are in the railroad. My
grandfather was from Dublin, Ireland. He worked for the IC Railroad. He was a fireman from Memphis to Canton, Mississippi. I'm the third generation of my family working for the railroad. At one time, the black firemen weren't allowed to come past Cairo going north. They would actually shoot at them, you know, in the cab. When I was a child, I used to listen to bits and pieces of this history. And I've always had a real place in my heart for trains.
Yet she knows the romance of the rails only goes so far. Her normal work week takes her on a 4,500-mile round trip and away from home for 6 days at a time.
Railroad life is hard because we're away from our families. I remember when I started working for Amtrak, my kids were real small. Now, I just took my baby boy away to college Sunday, and I've missed all this. I don't remember them growing up.
May I have your attention, please? Amtrak announces the boarding of Train 7 and 27, the Empire Builder, scheduled to depart at 3:15 p.m. Reservations only for Milwaukee, Columbus, Wisconsin Dells, La Crosse, Red Wing, St. Paul, Fargo, Minot, Glacier Park, Whitefish, Spokane, Portland, Everett, Seattle, and all scheduled intermediate stops.
Gentlemen, this will be the first call for Milwaukee.
It is an hour and a half later at 86 miles north. When the Empire Builder goes through Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it's another world. The train goes right by County Stadium, where they really know how to throw a party.
Well, we got a little corn here.
Like lemmings, we dived the brat right into the hot molten lava.
It is. This was made brewed right up there. Right there. You can see the sign going around. Turn around.
We got the best burgers, best brats, best beer. Beer City, dude.
And this evening, Beer City is throwing another party because the Milwaukee Brewers are on tap. Folks in Wisconsin pride themselves on knowing how to have a good time. It is one of those time-honored traditions, like the railroad.
For those of you who have just joined us here in Milwaukee, welcome aboard.